Hi, this is Des of Peg and Des. Peg is on vacation. I am coming live to you from the Chase Lounge. This week, we're talking about love and hip hop. 2 words to get this episode started. Joselyn Hernandez. Erica, I just want to let you know I love it. I loved it. I'm not a real big fan of the play on names, but that one is for the gods. Before we get into Joselyn and the main plot of this week, let's talk about Scrappy and the Shawshank Redemption. Scrappy's in rehab this week, and you may have noticed my brow furrow there for a moment because I was always under the impression that when celebrities went to rehab, it was an opportunity for them to live in the lap of luxury while they recovered from whatever addiction they may have. Scrappy is living in what could probably be described as an abandoned home where he installed the windows and made clothes out of the curtains. I couldn't understand, 1, why the space looked like that, and 2, why he looked like that. When he came on in the confessional, I was thinking to myself, what kind of Andy Dufresne, Morgan Freeman, Shawshank episode is this? Are you not allowed to shave in rehab? Are you not allowed to cut your hair? You're not allowed to bathe? You're not allowed to brush your teeth either? Iron your clothes? Wear anything decent? I was just flabbergasted by the state of affairs there. It was almost like being in jail, except you were just in an individual house, not a cell. But Scrappy sits down with Mama D. I just want to say this. I don't know if I'm the only person who feels this way. And I probably am not. I know you feel this way too. Mama D flirts with Scrappy. I said it. I said it. What kind of Oedipus complex foolishness is that? Mama D flirts with her son. She gives him side eye, she giggles, she tosses bad weave, she leans back, she sits left breast out. It is very awkward to watch her have a conversation with her son. Now, the conversation with her son was about the fact that he feels that the women in his life drove him to Wiznai. That's the way I have to say that every time I say weed. Wiznai. And it's their fault. It's Shay's fault. It is Mama D's fault. It is Erica's fault. And it's not Scrappy's fault. Mama D tells Scrappy that you have to be a man and be the prince that I raised you to be and accept responsibility for your actions. This is the second time this season that I've agreed with something that Mama D has said. It is time for Scrappy to accept responsibility for his actions. Scrappy women will come and go, but Wiznai is forever, so you have to figure out how you're going to handle it. Anyways, we see Erica come and visit Scrappy at rehab. Erica brings the consigned ring, the ring that we all thought that she and Imani were eating off of the last several episodes. Come to find out, she only consigned it, got it out of consignment, gave it back to Scrappy, told him to get a haircut, a shave with it, and move on with his life. 11 years they've been together. I did not know that it had been that long. It felt like centuries during some of those arguments that they were having, but 11 years is a long time, and I frankly don't blame her for deciding to move on. Sometimes when just that much mess has happened in a relationship, you don't even know where to start over. Just too much stuff has happened. So Scrappy and Erica are done. They're going to co-parent. Hopefully, Mama D and Erica can learn to come to some sort of amicable understanding and respect one another. We'll see. So Erica, Scrappy, on to K. Michelle. K. Michelle in the apology tour of the century. K. Michelle had a discussion with her A&R reps early this season. By the way, any of you real reality TV fans out there like I am know that one of K. Michelle's A&R reps was actually on another Bravo show about the first year of marriage. His name was Alaska. That's a little trivia for you all. Anyways, Alaska tells K. Michelle at the early part of this season that you need to get your act together because it's going to be hard to market you otherwise. K. Michelle took that very seriously. She has apologized to Joselyn Hernandez. She's apologized to Rasheeda now. They had a sit down. And and has even admitted that she can be difficult and nasty sometimes, and that she wants to be a better person. She announces in a mesh net suit at a restaurant that she's moving to New York City to pursue her music. I'm hoping, because I've heard K. Michelle's song on Hot 97, so I'm hoping that K. Michelle is able to turn her voice into a viable career. I think this is a long time coming for this young lady, and I actually like her music. She reminds me of Keisha Cole, which is, I'm sure, a comparison that she gets all the time. But Keisha Cole, when Keisha first came out and her voice used to crack and she had a lot of pain. This is before Booby and Happiness and Diamonds and Louboutins. So anyways, I'm hoping that, you know, K. Michelle makes it. The K. Michelle and Rasheeda sit down was very lovely to see. It seemed like they just came to an understanding. I'm not going to throw candles at you. You're not going to say nasty things about my husband. We're going to at least wish each other well, which, you know, I was happy to see. One thing I was not happy to see. Carly Red was sitting at the table with eyes grayer than a silver moon. And I was thinking to myself, are Carly Red's eyes, like, are they gray? Well, babe, you have money for contacts? But your breast is leaking? I'm just saying. Just priorities. Priorities. I noticed your eyes. I noticed your leaky breast. Priorities. Now we need to have a conversation about Rasheeda and Kirk, because this is the story that just won't quit. Rasheeda and Kirk. Kirk comes over to the house in a G-Wagon, full of balloons, baby clothes, shoes, doing exactly what I recommended that he not do last week. Clearly, Kirk does not watch this show. But he came over, and Rasheeda told him, I don't forgive you at this time, which is understandable because Kirk still isn't getting it. You come over, you have balloons, the car's full of clothes and gifts, but when you hit that front porch and she says something to you, you are still arguing. It is time to acquiesce, Kirk. It is time to humble oneself, have a simmer down. It's one of those moments where when your mother is yelling at you, you're not allowed to say anything. Her yelling makes no sense. She's on your last nerve, but you know for the sake of you and your mom getting along, you just need to zip your lip. And you didn't do it. You didn't do it. And we're right back where we started. Can't wait to see what happens with those two at the reunion. All right. I'm gonna clap my hands because it is time for the Broadway scene of the century. We saw Joselyn start a proposal to Stevie J last week. Stevie, this week, says that they're going to be life partners. I think he calls it something like LPs or whatever. I don't quite remember all the letters in the acronym, but they're life partners. He puts on the ring and then invites Joselyn to a loft of some kind to do a proposal of his own. And so, or what we think is a proposal of his own. Joselyn comes upstairs, stiff weave popping, hits the white piano, and guess who comes out the elevator? Mimi. First of all, I've never seen Mimi look better. I don't know if it was the boob lift. I don't know if it's because she hasn't been dealing with Stevie J's antics, but I have never seen Mother look better. She was killing it when she came off that elevator. Dress was fly, the whole bit. Hair done, everything. She has a seat in the way that only Mimi can, that real smug seat. What you gonna do, right? She has a seat. Stevie has a few words for Joselyn, turns around and hands Mimi a ring as well. I died. Right here on this Chase Lounge, I died, and Mimi was living. Mimi says, I told you, you said you wanted him, now you got him. Classic Stevie J. She is cracking up. It is cackling. It is last laugh. It is everything that a revenge moment should be. It was like Stevie said, wonder what I can do today to help another human being get revenge on another human being. I know. let me call my current woman, who I cheated on with my ex-woman, and give my ex-woman a ring in the presence of my current woman, with my ex-woman looking better than my current woman. Couldn't believe it. It was a packaged set of revenge tactics that were just so juicy, I couldn't take it. So Joselyn goes into the elevator and just loses it. Loses it in a devastating, heartbreaking, I thought you were my family, I thought we were gonna get married kind of way. She is fighting, losing it, the whole bit. Stevie, of course in the confessional, says, I thought everybody was gonna be cool. I bring stability to ladies' lives. I thought everybody was gonna be fine with this arrangement. By the way, we can still hear Mimi cackling in the background throughout all of this. So, it's clear that the engagement between Joselyn and Stevie did not go quite the way Joselyn planned. Mimi couldn't have planned it any better. Stevie says, I may need to find some new women to get on my bus. He could be at a bus stop near you this weekend. Who knows? So I'm excited to see if he and Joselyn are even going to be together come reunion, which is next week. Even though that was the most exciting story of this week, there is one thing that I did forget to mention. We found out who the Joselyn doppelganger is. I asked last week, they answered. Benzino brought that woman, I'm sorry, I couldn't think of what to call her. He brought that woman to that club that was lit with Ben Franklin lighting. It was craziness in there, but he brought her there and she introduced herself to Stevie and, you know, started to pop fly in her jean shorts. But I was just appreciative of the fact that I asked and it was answered. We were introduced to the doppelganger. Maybe she'll be at the reunion as well. So next week, reunion time. You know the reunions get liver than a little bit. So I'm excited to see what will happen at reunion time. All right, you know what we need to do. We need to subscribe to the channel. We need to like the video. We need to leave comments. We need to subscribe to Twitter at Peg and Des, and we need to watch our other videos. Thanks so much. Goodbye.